YouTubers, this is Dragon Videos and I'm ready to present another top 5. It's going in the anime section, but I'm going for a more specific kind of topic. I'm talking about couples. How many of you are familiar with Beauty and the Beast? If you do know it, then it'll be of no surprise. It's tale as old as time. And you know the phrase bittersweet and strange? Well, I decided to try to focus on anime couples that are both sweet and strange and what makes them such an effective couple. Please keep in mind that these are my opinions and there can be some potential spoilers ahead. So if you have read the manga and the anime, then good for you. So let's begin the show. Okay, I know I'll probably get chewed out because it's non-canon and of the age gap, but please hear me out. In the past we have had anime characters that had huge age gaps with their partners, sometimes as high as centuries old. So with Inuyasha, it's a perfect example I can think of at the moment. He is from feudal Japan and Kagome is a modern day girl that's 14 or 15 at the beginning of the series. Read twice, definitely fit that mold. And I put him at 5 because they're not canon yet, and we don't know twice his age. The strange part is Himiko is basically obsessed with blood since childhood, and is a psychopath of 17 years of age, and wants nothing more than to get into Izuku's skin. And then there's Twice, who is basically wearing a mask just to keep himself from falling apart after he had a horrible mishap with his work. But again, the sweet part is that they just seem to bring out the best of each other. Whenever the situation gets bad for them, they seem to help one another out, even if it means getting ripped apart or getting nasty comments in the process of doing so. In the case with Himiko, she seems to be a little bit more human around Twice, as well as compassionate when it comes to this sort of pain. So one example I'd like to put out there is that she helps him find his mask after the Yakuza raid, which had a good side for them. Though they naturally speak in the process together, they seem to have a bit of a sparkling connection since that arc, which I'm pretty sure was the result of that debate. And then Jin's part is basically where he views her as his rock, basically helping him get through his sanity and helping him figure out what's important. If some of you have seen the recent chapters, you'll find that he's practically pleading her not to die. He views her as his home. His whole world was practically revolved around her. Even though he mentions leaving the family, he feels like Himiko's the only person that makes him feel like that. He even practically risked having broken bones in order to save her life as she was slowly having her head twisted round by a bunch of clubs. Hopefully at the end of the chapters that have yet to come, Himiko will probably fall for him. It's a far-fetched idea, but one of the things that probably make it sweet is that he wants to be there for her as she is there for him. Which is why I put them number 5, because even though it's non-canon, these two are there for each other. And I think he's Himiko's type. One, someone who is covered in blood, basically was bleeding out in the last chapter, so that's a check. 2, he's been beaten up, broken arms, it kind of counts as that, so check. And finally, something that I think is very important to Himiko is someone that loves her for who she is, and that I put a double check. These two are practically the living definitions of opposites attract, as well as looks can be deceiving. The strange part is, Ryuji looks like a thug, unfortunately, which is what gives him some social issues with the peers. In reality, he is basically a clean freak. Whenever it comes to mold, he'll attack it. And when it comes to his crush, he is happy as happy can be. He just loves having company around. Now Taiga, she's basically a rich girl with soft looks. But don't let that fool you. She's not called the palm-top tiger for nothing. She literally is fierce. Even Ryuji was practically prone to her abuse the majority of the series, and she definitely is not afraid to speak her mind and show everyone her place. And then, of course, she has a softer side, but she doesn't show it too often, only to those that she trusts the most. It's very strange of how their relationship got started after a small mishap of a love letter that wasn't written in the first place and wound up in the wrong bag. Since then, the two have been having each other's back, trying to get the crushes they need. But a sweet part about them is that they seem to have an ideal concept of what a couple looks like in real life. They fight, they make up, as well as that these two have so many things in common. They are easily stereotyped, people assuming of they know who they are. And then, of course, they have dads who were complete jerks to them while they were still kids. If anything, these two just seem to complete each other through emotional as well as the mental state of who they are as people, and plus they have a healthy relationship of exploring their love and recognizing those feelings, even though it was never easy. I have to admit, it was tricky trying to find the number 3 in Sweet and Strange couples, but I feel like these two really define it in a more physical sense. For some of you who've seen Princess Tutu, you obviously know that the strange part is Duck is literally a duck, and then there is Fakir, who in the beginning of season 1 was kind of stone cold and unfeeling. But later on, we learned that it was just a facade and that he just really wants to protect Muto, which is probably the sweet part of these two. They care so much about each other, worry about their well-being, as well as worry about helping Muto regain his heart. After all, they seem to have a lot in common. They want to protect the person they care about, as well as they want to be the best person they can be. They don't like people viewing them as weak, and when they interact with each other, they seem to get stronger and stronger each time they're together. So you can sort of say they are quite a unique couple, despite Duck being, well, of course, a duck. Though I did wish that they would have done a bit more with their relationship. Aww, I've always adored this couple ever since I learned about Fruits Basket. I've enjoyed the manga as well as the anime, and if anyone asks, this is practically my favorite couple in the series. And why are they strange? Well, the strange part is Toru is basically a kind-hearted girl who gives kindness wherever she goes. However, people treat her like she's an airhead, not including her friends and the Soma family. You see, in her own family, she's basically treated as dirt because her mom was once considered a thug, and then of course there's the Yuki fan club girls who can't seem to get a life and then get all over Toru's butt because she's with Yuki. And then there's Kyo. He seems like a tough guy outwardly, but he really is a shy guy. Plus, he's a Zodiac member of the cat, exiled out of the Soma family because of that. Really, he wants to be happy and just wants to prove himself worthy of someone else's love. Who could blame him after his mom committed suicide? So when the two first met, it was kind of awkward, maybe even more awkward than when Duck went naked in her transformations. But with this duo, it definitely brings out more comfort. And in terms of sweetness for the couple, Kyo seems to find high value in Toru. He feels like he can't live without her and accepts the fact that these two need to be together. While with Toru, she feels like she has someone being valued, someone who is saying, okay, you don't have to be polite all the time. You can say what's on your mind. You can say what's bothering you. In a lot of ways, even though it's weird that there's a boy being turned into a cat every time you hug him, it's nice to have a guy who values you for who you are and helps you be comfortable with saying what's on your mind. Remember how I said earlier that there are some really great couples despite their age gaps? Well, I want to do this couple some justice. Even though their anime has just come out recently, I felt like I wanted to put them in this list. Chisei, Tori, and Elias. They are literally the best Beauty and the Beast couple ever. So, Chisei is a slay baggy. The person with red hair and green eyes with a certain amount of magic, technically an endless amount of magic. Unfortunately, it shortens her life and exhausts her. Also, being a slave baggy basically means she attracts various spirits, both good and bad. So it was because of those powers she was basically having a crummy childhood. Her mom committed suicide. Rest assured, Kyo, you're not alone. And by then, people have been excluding her. Those that don't see the Fae always treat her like dirt because of it, which resulted in her having to give up her life to being sold as a slave, which ironically results her in being with Elias. Elias is basically a creature that is not a fairy, not a human, not a spirit, as he likes to put it. He is something entirely different, which makes him very excluded. You think being turned into a cat is bad? Try being a gigantic monster with thorns slithering around your body. However, the sweet part about this couple is that despite of how they are different from one another, they seem to have so much in common. Not only that, they just seem to bring out the best qualities of each other. In this case, with Chisei, she seems to find value in herself thanks to Elias being the only person who actually opened up to that world, to find people who would actually like her for who she is, as well as Chisei seems to bring out emotion in him. In the beginning, he was apathetic and didn't understand the moral right and wrong since he stripped her down to nothing when bathing her and also buying her off from an auction. And over time, he starts to have some connection with her, wanting to protect her, wanting to understand her more, wanting to see her smile. And that just screams out that this is an ideal relationship because these two are exploring and learning about each other and themselves and what they can do in the world around them. Overall, this is my number one sweet and strange couple because not only is it physically weird of a mysterious creature who lives probably thousands of years, eon years old, falling in love with a high school girl who has wild magical powers. These two take value in their abilities as well as each other, bringing out that sense of self-worth and self-value, giving meaning to life in general. Well, I hope you had a nice time with this video, and I really hope to hear from you guys again. Just comment below of what you think is a sweet and strange couple. See you then.